we have the chairman, Russell Golan. We have the secretary, Paul J. Schottenhamel. First vice, Daniel Wasatsky. Second vice, Ron Shabler. Treasury, Bob Laurie. And Sergeant at Arms, Larry Beyond. The post that brings this to you is the Brewery Keenan Heiser Post, 1815, American Legion, Commander Henry Lippy. Joseph B. Garrigan Post, 562, American Legion, Commander Daniel Wasatsky. Ridgewood Post 123, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Commander Michael Pavolo. Lieutenant Alfred Lucia, Chapter 118, Disabled American Veterans, Commander Joseph Trulio. Glendale Post, 104, American Legion, Commander Bill Cook. Sergeant Villa Post 7336, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Commander Marty Patton. And today we have with us Marines and sailors from the amphibious assault ship USS Baton, LHD-5 from Norfolk, Virginia. All right, give them a round of applause. And at this time, I'd like to introduce to you our Grand Marshal. He's Jim Dwyer from the Brewery Keenan Heiser, American Legion Post, 1815. Just a little quick bio on Jim. Jim signed up for the Navy in 1963 at 16, 2 weeks before his 17th birthday. After boot camp in the Great Lakes, he was assigned to the USS Annapolis, a communication ship, and was in Cuba and Europe for 8 months. He was then assigned to a ship to Vietnam and spent 15 months at sea. After that tour, he returned to the U.S. for 2 weeks, and then was assigned to a tank landing craft and sent back to Vietnam. He was discharged from the Navy in 1967. After his time in the Navy, Jim worked for UPS for 10 years, using his skills in metalworking and welding he learned in the service. He also owned his own auto repair shop business for 15 years. Then he worked for Pepsi Cola for 23 years. He retired in 2016 at the age of 70. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our Grand Marshal, Jim Dwyer. Officials, I just want to say one thing. All gave some gave all. You hear that said a lot. And that's what today represents. We remember those who served our country and fell in the many, many conflicts and wars this country has been in. That's the purpose of Memorial Day. Okay? Yeah, we can have our barbecues and our go to the beach and our shopping, but we have to take the time to remember that those things that you can do today, others paid the ultimate sacrifice so you can do them. Amen. So I just want you all to remember this is the purpose that we're here for today. Remember and honor those who gave their life and sacrifice for their country. Thank you. Remarks by our elected officials. First, we have Bob Holden, Councilman for Ridgewood.
Thank you. And the sun is out. We're going to have a great parade. Let me just talk about the ultimate sacrifice that someone near and dear to me, because I wouldn't be around this sacrifice. This is Eddie Hoyt. I don't know if you can see it out there, but it was a picture in my mother's scrapbook, World War II scrapbook, which I learned so many things about World War II from. It's very thick, a lot of things in there, a lot of press clippings and ration books, everything photographed. But this photograph was in here. And I asked him, who is that? That's right across the street where we live. He said, that's Eddie Boyd, 19 years old, lost to the Jacob Jones. He was a Jacob Jones, a World War I destroyer, but they were using it to control or counteract U-boats that were destroying a lot of shipping in the early parts of the war. So he enlisted right after Pearl Harbor, 19. And he was lost to the Jacob Jones on February 28, 1942. right off Cape May, New Jersey. Not many people know that we had patrols, but the U-boats were attacking shipping along the east coast of the United States, just a mile off the coast. He perished. My mother lived in the apartment below the Hoyts, and Mrs. Hoyt cried. She heard the cry. My mother was the bedroom below Mrs. Hoyt. Heard her wailing, heard her crying every night for months. It bothered her. So my mom tried to...
Jennifer Rush, come on.
Good morning. Every year I come to this service to remember the years of lives. Please know that you have everlasting gratitude, love, and support. And no
Before we close the down, the representative from the Queensborough President's Office, Chris Strickland, arrived. So let's have him up here. Oh, it's the Borough President himself. Welcome, sir.